Hello everyone and welcome to my latest new offering game-wise on my channel. This is a Play.com game and it's called Jai-Alai. Looks very similar, if not the same, as the Spanish game of Pelota, I think it's called. You can buy this from Play.com, and during the Black Friday and whatever Monday's called these days, you can get this game for $6. Now, for $6, you get the rules, and it's a very, very easy game to play. You get the rules, you get 36 player cards, get the score sheets, and this I've made this, and all you need is 2d6. Doesn't matter if they're the same color or not, because you add the numbers together. And really, the rules are quite simple. The way the game plays is in each game you have 8 players, and they're all placed in a position 1 to 8 randomly. And what happens is 2 players are on court at any one time. One is the server, one is the returner, and whoever wins gets a point, and the loser goes out and goes to the back of the queue, and then the next player comes along, and you go on and on and on. There are 2 rounds in the game. The first round you get 1 point for a win, and round 1 ends as soon as the 8th player has played his first game, or her first game, obviously. The rest of the game is round 2, and you get 2 points for a win. And it's the first to 7, and then the game is over. As soon as someone reaches 7, the game is over. So obviously, being higher up in the random positions, you've got a better chance of winning. Not to say that if you're in 8th you can't win, but that's just the way it seems to be. So if we look at a player card, he has a serve and a return area, and the bet is the value you use to work out what the odds are, because really it is a betting game by the looks of it. The game is played so you can bet. So you roll the 2 dice and you look at the total number 8, and you look at the serve. In this case, Carlo, who's going to be our first in our number 1 position, if he rolls a 4, it's an ace and automatically wins that point. If he rolls a 9, it's a bad serve, which means either it hasn't come back far enough before it bounces in the court from hitting the back wall here. This is the first, from here to here is a bad, and from here outwards is bad, so it's got to land in between those 2 points. If it comes out of the sideline, it's a bad serve, and they lose the point and they go out, and the winner becomes the server. If it is not one of those numbers, then it's a good serve, and the returner then rolls. And if it's between the return roll range, which in Carlo's case is 4 to 8, then he's returned, and you would then go back to the player who served it, and you roll again and see if it's between their return, and you play on and on until somebody misses, and then they lose, and the next player comes in. The only difference is if you roll doubles on a return. If you roll doubles on a serve, it's irrelevant. If you roll doubles on a return and it's inside the return range of the player, then the return range of the opponent is reduced by 1. So if it was Carlo, it would be 4 to 7 just for that one roll, because effectively it's a really good return, and it makes it more difficult for the other player to return it. But you'll see how it goes as we go on. This is the score sheet. There's 6 games. As I say, they normally play 7 points, but there are occasions when they play 9, and I've got game 6 is a pick 9, as I've called it, and they play up to 9. Game 5 is a doubles, and at the end of it, I'll work out all the betting. You can win, place, show. So win is first, place is going to come first or second. Show is going to come first, second or third. You've got an exacta bet, which is you're going to pick the first and the second in the correct sequence. A quinella bet, which is first and second in any sequence. And a trifactor bet, which is first, second and third in any sequence. And obviously the calculations are slightly different for the bet. Now the only chart that you get is this chart here, which allows you to work out what the bets are. And this is where this bet rate comes in. So once you've worked out the 8 players, you put the value of the bet down, and then, for instance, in the first game, the best rated player bet-wise is number 6. So you look in position 6, and the highest rated player is 3-1. The second highest is the 8th place, Cepeda, 24. So you look in the 7-8, second odds 15, and so on and so forth. If you got two of the same, which we have here, Javier and Benito, 21, I give them both the same, and it's the lower betting rate. And then here at the bottom tells you how to calculate the winnings, but I'll show you that later. So here we go. So the first game is up. Carlo and Pressman. So Carlo serves 8, good serve. Pressman 8, misses. So Carlo wins, and I'm going to use a red pen here because I need to keep the score. So Pressman goes out and Javier comes in. So the winner was Carlo, so he will continue to serve. 5, good serve. Javier looking at 2-7. 5, so it's a good return from Javier. Back to Carlo. 2, and it's not in the range, so Carlo loses. Number 3 gets his first point, and Carlo drops out. Javier moves over to being the server, and position 4, Benito, comes in. 2, good serve. It's doubles, but it's ignored because it's the server. Benito 4, good return. Back to Javier 10, who misses, so position 4 wins that. Benito takes over. Javier goes to the back, and in comes position 5, Miyashiro. Benito 9, bad serve, so Benito doesn't make a good serve and is out. Didn't get it in play. Miyashiro becomes the server, and in comes position 6, Gilmore. 9 is an ace, so no return. Miyashiro wins without a return and is now on 2 points, and in comes number 7, position Tito. Miyashiro 4 is a bad serve. 2, 3 and 4 is a bad serve for Miyashiro, so Tito wins and he will move into serve, and up comes position 8, Cepeda. 3, good serve. Cepeda looking for the return, and he gets it with a 5. Tito looking for to return that, and he fails, so Cepeda takes the point, and Tito will go to the bottom of the list, and we are now in round 2 because Cepeda has finished the full 8 players. So Cepeda will play against number 2, Pressman, and 2 points from now on for a win. 6 is a good serve. Pressman looking to return it. 12, and he misses. Hits the top of the, what's it called? Big hoopy cage thing. I can't remember the name of it. So Cepeda gets 2 points and moves to 3. Carlo. So number 1 position, Carlo comes in. Cepeda 12 serves, good serve. Carlo looking, and he misses, so Cepeda gets another 2, so he's within 1 win of the victory. Javier Oops, I took the wrong one out there. Spado. If he wins this, then he is the winner. 6 good serves. So can Javier get the return? 8. No, he can't. And Cepeda wins the game. Now we look back, and Miyashiro has 2 points, so he will come second in the place. So number 8 is the winner. Number 5 is placed. Now we have Carlo, Javier, Benito, and Tito. One of these must become the third place. So they play each other and knock each other out. So Carlo against Javier. 3 is a good serve, Javier. 8 doesn't get the return. So Carlo, put this in green, gets 1. Benito comes in. Carlo serves 10, good serve. Benito 8, beats him again, so Benito is out. So Tito is the only one who can stop Carlo. 9, bad serve, so Carlo is out and Tito gets the third place. So he gets the show. Number 7. So 857 is your result. So now we work on the betting. So I'm going to do it as a $10 bet. So number 8, Cepeda, was 5-1. So you get $60 on $10. For the place, you get half of that. So that would be $25 plus your own $10 back, $35. And for the show, you get a quarter, I think it is, yeah. So that's a $50 win, 25, 12.50, 22.50. For the place, number 5, Miyashiro, was 3-1. So that's 30 divided by 2, 15, and your own 10 back is $25. And a quarter is $7.50, so it's $17.50. And for the show, which is number 7, Tito, at 6-1, that's a quarter of 60, which is $15 plus your own $25. Now for your exacta, multiply the winning odds of the first and the second. So that's 5-1 and 3-1, so that's 15-1. So at 10, that's 150 plus your own, that's $160. The quinella is you add them together, so it's a 3-1 and a 5-1 is 8, which is 80, which is $90 with your $10 back. And your trifactor, you add all 3. So that's 3, 11, 14. So it's $150 for your trifactor. And that's the end of your first game. So as we go to game 2, and that really is as easy as this game is. It's $6. I mean, it's worth $6 to try it. As I say, you get 36 of these cards. I've got 72 because I paid another $6 for the expansion set, and you get another 36 players. So I've got 72 players. Here they are. You have to print them out, and obviously, as I always do in mine, around the corners up because I think they look nicer. But 72, and you know, you can make your own cards. All you have to do is decide on 5 numbers, and away you go. You can add yourself in and do what you want. So back to this anyway. Game 2, the favourite at 2-1 is Rojo, who is position 2. But first up, the position 1 is Bixler against Rojo. So here we go. Bixler serves, and it's a 9, and it's an ace. So the favourite Rojo is out of this first round already. And position 3, Sasha. He's at 12-1. Bixler is 6-1. 2. Good serve. Sasha looking to return, and he gets a successful return back to Bixler. Bixler with a double, but it's a 10 and it's out of his range, so he misses the return and Sasha takes the point. So Bixler will go to the back and Sasha will move over to serve, and in comes position 4 Guzman at 12-1. Sasha 3, good serve. Guzman looking to return, and he does at 6, is just on his top level of his return. Back to Sasha, who returns to Guzman, and Guzman puts it wide, doesn't manage to get the return back successfully, so Sasha takes the point, and he is now 2 points. In comes position 5 Ezekiel. Ezekiel is at 3-1. Sasha 6, good serve. Ezekiel runs around and returns back off the wall, and Sasha manages to collect it and return it back. Ezekiel returns back to Sasha. Sasha then puts it into the board at the bottom, doesn't make the play, and Ezekiel wins. Sasha moves to the bottom of the queue, and Ezekiel comes in and serve. Quinn, position 6, is at 5-1. Ezekiel to serve 7. It's a good serve. Quinn looking to return and gets a good return. Quinn sees the ball come back from Ezekiel, and Ezekiel makes it too difficult, and Quinn cannot return. Ezekiel takes his 2nd point. Quinn goes out, and in comes the 7th position Hector. Hector at 8-1. Ezekiel, bad serve, 12. So Ezekiel goes out. Hector takes in. Ezekiel puts it too long over the back end of the good serve range, and he goes out. Hector becomes the server, and the number 8 player Santiago at 12-1 comes in. Hector 3 gets a good serve. 10 is not a good return, and Santiago goes out. Hector picks up his 2nd point, and that is the end of round 1 in this game. So we now play for 2 points. Hector against Rojo. Hector serves 5, and it's an ace. Rojo is the favourite, but he's not making much impression on this game. Goes out, and the first position player Bixler comes in. He's got 1 point, but Hector's on 4. 7, good serve. Bixler looking to return 7, good serve, long return. Hector manages to get that return back, and it comes back to Bixler, who plays it off the wall, and Hector cannot return, so Bixler wins the point, gets 2 points and moves to 3. Hector goes to the back of the queue, and Guzman comes in. Guzman without any points, position 4. Bixler to serve 10, good serve from Bixler. Can Guzman get a return? 12, no he can't. So Bixler picks up another 2 points, and he's on 5. He's 1 win away from winning this game. And Bixler will play number 3 Sasha. Bixler with 5 points. Sasha's got 2. Here we go. 7, good serve. Sasha needs to get this return, and he doesn't. And Bixler wins. So the winner of game 2 is number 1 Bixler. In second is number 7 Hector with 4 points, and we have a playoff for third between Sasha and Ezekiel. So Sasha and Ezekiel playing off for 3rd place. You have to do this because you need to know who wins who's the one that the bet goes to. So 4 is an ace, and Sasha wins. Doesn't even have to worry about return. Sasha gets an ace and wins gets the 3rd place, the show place. So that is number 3. So here we go. The win is number 1, and he's 6-1, so that's $70. 60 plus your $10 back. Your place, which is 50%, is $40, and your show is 25%, which is $15 plus 10 is $25. Second place, number 7, Hector, at 8 to 1 is 50% of the 8 to 1, which is $40 plus your own stake back 50, and the show is $30. Third was number 3, Sasha, at 12 to 1, so that's $120, and a quarter of that is $30 plus your own back is 40, so $40 if you had Sasha to show. The exacta, first and second. First is 6 to 1, second is 8 to 1, so that's 48, 480 plus your own, that's $490 for the exacta. The quinella is 8 plus 6, which is 14, $140 plus your stake back, 150, and the trifactor 66, 18, 26, that's $270 on the trifactor. So that's the end of game 2 in this 6-game program. As we go to game 3, position 1 is Hamid. He is 5 to 1 for this game, and Roebuck, who is 4 to 1. So Hamid will throw. 9, good serve by Hamid. And 8 is a good return by Roebuck. Roebuck sends it back off the wall, and Hamid, 9, gets a return back. Roebuck scuttling around, and 2 is a double, but he doesn't make it, and Hamid wins the first point, and so remains on the court. Roebuck goes to the back of the queue, and in comes 8 to 1 shot Nunez. Hamid to serve. He's a very good service. 2, 3 and 4 have got aces. 10 is a good serve. Nunez with an 8 to return. That's not good enough, and Hamid beats Nunez. So Nunez goes out, and Roberto in position 4 at 16 to 1. 6 is a good serve. The doubles is ignored because it's the serve. Roberto, 9, does not get the return, and Hamid quickly gets into a 3-point lead in this game. Position 5 at 4 to 1 is David, who's one of the favourites. There's 3 at 4 to 1, Roebuck and David, and number 8, Pruwell, who'll come up later. Hamid, 8 is a good serve. David, 9, does not get the return, and so Hamid building up some good points here at 4 points now. And in comes position 6, Kuba. Kuba is 16 to 1 in this game. Hamid, 9 is a good serve. Kuba looking to return. 8 is not good enough, and Kuba is out, and Hamid could go all the way through the line here. Kehoe is the number 7 at 12 to 1. Hamid started off serving. He's the only one to serve at the moment. 8 is a good serve. Kehoe, 9, does not get the return. He's 1 point away from clearing all the way through before we get to round 2. So Pruwell, the other 4 to 1 player, can he stop Hamid? Hamid, 10, good serve. Pruwell, 10, he cannot, and Hamid goes through the pack and wins. So everyone else has to play off. So here we go. Roebuck Nunez, 6, good serve for Roebuck. 5, returned by Nunez. 8, returned again by Roebuck. Pass it back. Can Nunez get it back? He can. Roebuck looking to answer this, and he fails, so Roebuck will have to see if he can get 3rd place. And Nunez now comes up against Roberto. 11, Nunez, good serve. Roberto, 2. Good return and an excellent return. So 3-6 for Nunez. 4, he gets it returned. Roberto 5 gets another return back. Nunez with a 7, he still keeps it going. Roberto 2 gets it back and an excellent return and 8, and Nunez goes out. Roberto wins that point and will go against David. So Roberto to serve 2. It's an ace. David is out. Cuba 6 is a good serve. Cuba 8 does not get the return and goes out. Keyhole 9, good serve. Keyhole 9 return, not good enough, can't get it back in to the court. And Roberto against Pruel 8. Bad serve, and Roberto loses it right at the end. Pruel gets the place position. So number 8 is the place. And we now have the rest of them. Roebuck against Nunez for the show position, the third position. 5 is a good serve from Roebuck. Well returned by Nunez. Roebuck back to Nunez. Nunez cannot return it and is out. So Roebuck now against David. 4, good serve from Roebuck. David 4 gets it back, sends it back. Roebuck with a 6, and it's a good return, and it's an excellent return. And David cannot get to that, and so Roebuck continues on and will play Cuba. 5, good serve. Cuba 5 gets the return. Roebuck back off the wall, and an 8 is not good enough, and Cuba is out. So Roebuck 2 more to face against Keyhole. Roebuck with a 6 gets the serve off good, and Keyhole cannot return it, so he's out. And Roberto is the last person who can stop Roebuck from getting the show place. 4, good serve. Roberto 4, good, excellent return. 7, Roebuck returns it back, gets that difficult shot and gets it, and Roberto cannot return, and so Roebuck comes out into 3rd place. So your winner, number 1, Hamid. Number 8 placed is Pruel, and the show is number 2, Roebuck. So for the win, Hamid 5-1 is $60. For a place is $35, and for the show is $22.50. Pruel at 4-1. The place is $30 and the show is $20. And number 2, Roebuck at 4-1. The show is $20. The exacta is $210. The quinella is 5 plus 4, 90. So that's $100. And the trifactor is 9, 13, $140. And that's game 3 ended. As we look now for game 4. Game 5 is a doubles game. So we have the 2-1 favourite Chang against the 2-1 joint favourite Penaflor. So Chang serves 9, good serve. Penaflor looking to return, and he gets a good return back. Chang tries to run around and he doesn't make it, so Penaflor gets the win and the point, and we'll move to the server's side of the court and we'll play position 3, the 5-1 chance Santellanes Penaflor with the serve. 6, good serve. 4, Santellanes cannot return it, so Penaflor wins that point. It's his second point, and in comes position 4 Cochrane at 10-1. Penaflor 8. It's an ace. So Cochrane is out straight away. And 3 points now for Penaflor. And in comes position 5 KN 8-1. So Penaflor 6, good serve. KN 9 cannot get the return, and again, can he go through? Can we have another player going through the full list of players? And in comes Zawaki. Zawaki is a 16-1 chance. Penaflor 7 is a bad serve, and so Zawaki wins, and Penaflor has to go to the back of the queue. Zawaki takes the server position, and Felker 16-1 shot. Felker comes in 10, a good serve from Zawaki. Felker looking to return 12, but he cannot. It's just too good a serve for him, and Zawaki gets his second point of the match, the game. Zawaki comes in against number 8 position Foxwell, who's at 61. 9, good serve, Foxwell. Looking for a return. 7 is not good enough, and Zawaki gets his third point of the game. And we now move to round 2. Everything's worth 2 points, and number 1 position Chang comes in. Zawaki serves 5, and it's an ace. So Zawaki is 1 win away from taking game 4, and Santallanes comes in to try and stop it. Oh, wrong one. I took the wrong one out there. 11, good serve. Santallanes 11, and it's not good enough, so Zawaki will win. So number 6 gets the winning position. Number 2 takes the place position, and the rest have to play off. So Penaflor gets second, and we now have a playoff between the players to complete the third position. 3 Cochrane is an ace, so Cayenne is out. Felker is the next one up. Cochrane 7, bad serve, so Cochrane goes out and Felker goes to the serve position, and Foxwell comes in. Felker 7, good serve. Felker 8, that is a good return, is 3-6 and 8. Felker can then get the return back to Foxwell. Foxwell running round and gets it off the wall. Felker, he manages to get to it in return, and Foxwell then puts it into the base of the wall, and Foxwell is out. So Felker now comes up against position 1 Chang. Felker with a good serve. Chang looking to return, and he cannot make the return, and he's out. So Felker against Santallanes. Felker with a good serve. Santallanes cannot get it returned, so Felker in the 7th spot will get the 3rd place and get the show place. So your win, number 6, Zawaki at 16-1, $170. If you had into place, you had $90, and if you had show, you have $30. Place is number 2, Penaflor at 2-1. So your place is $20 and your show is $15. And in 3rd place was number 7, Felker at 16-1. That is $50. The exacta 1st and 2nd place is $320 plus your own money back, $330. The Quinella is $190, and your trifactor is $350. So as we go to game 7, this is a doubles match. And the way doubles works, so in position one we have Weiss and Shoji against Zoilo and Stansbury. They take it in turns, so Weiss will serve to Zoilo, etc, etc. So here we go. So Weiss serves up, 7 is an ace, so Zoilo and Stansbury go out, and in comes Almonte and Laurido. And what you do for the betting here is you add the numbers together to get their grade, their values. So with Weiss and Shoji, 19 and 27 is 46, and so 46 is their value when you're working out what the betting is. So in comes Almonte and Laurido at 4-1. Weiss and Shoji are 8-1. So Shoji serving 12 is a good serve. Almonte with the return, and he cannot return it, and so the second point for Weiss and Shoji, and in comes Azul and Contreras at 10-1. Weiss will be serving this time. 11, Weiss, good serve. Azul with a 10 cannot return, and Weiss and Shoji get their third win. In comes position 5, Federico and Miracle, and they are a 3-1. They're the favourites for this. In the betting, 5 is a good serve. Federico with a 5 gets a return. It gets back to Weiss. Weiss returns it over to Miracle. Miracle gets it back, and Shoji, he makes the return. Federico 9, he gets the return there back over to Weiss, and Weiss cannot. So Federico and Miracle get the point, and they will move to the servers side of the court, and in comes 6th place Israel and Zeze. Israel and Zeze are 5-1. Miracle to serve, 8. Good serve, Miracle. Israel looks around and he cannot get the return, so Miracle and Federico win. And up next is Mosquera and Desai in position 7 at 20-1. They're the outsiders. So Federico 7, it's an ace. So Miracle and Desai are out immediately and go to the back of the queue. And the final pairing in round 1, Yadier and Souza at 10-1. So Miracle will take the serve. 4, it's an ace. So they pick up their 4th point, and Yadier and Souza go out. We now start round 2, worth 2 points per win. So Miracle and Federico against 2nd position Stansbury and Zoilo. Federico 6, good serve. Stansbury looking to return it, but he cannot. Federico and Miracle take their 5th point of the contest. They're 1 point away, 1 win away from clinching the game. So Laurido and Almonte, the number 3 position. Miracle 7 with a good serve. Laurido looking to return it with a 7, and he does. Federico running round. 9 gets the return. Almonte needs to return this, and an 11, and he can't. So Federico and Miracle win. Position 5 are the winners. The only other scorers are position 1, Weiss and Shoji. So they will come second, and we will have a playoff for the 3rd place. We have Contreras and Azul. The first pair up against Shoji and Vice. So Contreras serves 5, good serve. Shoji 7 gets the return, looking for Azul to come round and return back to Weiss. Weiss does not make it, and so Weiss and Weiss and Shoji are actually the ones that got the. Sorry, ignore that last one because they were the actual second place. So Contreras will play Zeze and Israel. So Contreras serves, good serve. Zeze, can he get the return? He can. Azul comes round to collect it and he cannot make it, so they are out. And so Israel and Zeze will now play Desai and Mosquera. Israel serves 3, good serve. Desai looking to return it and he gets the return with a 9. Zeze cannot collect, and so Israel and Zeze go out, and Mosquera and Desai will now face Souza and Yadier. The number 8. 6, good serve by Mosquera. Souza, can he return? He can. Desai running and returns that back off the wall. Yadier gets to it and he manages to get the return to Mosquera, and Mosquera cannot complete the return and so go out. And so finally Yadier and Souza, no, there's 2 more. Yadier and Souza against Zoilo and Stansbury. Yadier with the serve, 8, good serve. Zoilo with a 6 and an excellent return. Souza cannot get the ball back and so will go out, and Stansbury and Zoilo will compete in the final match for 3rd place. Laredo and Almonte. Stansbury with an ace. Stansbury with an ace, so Stansbury and Zoilo gets the show place, number 2. So your positions for this are 5, 1, 2. The win 5 at 3 to 1 is $40. The place is $25, and the show is 30, 15, 750, 1750. Your place was number 1, Vice and Shoji at 8 to 1. So that is $50 and $30. And your show, which is Zoilo and Stansbury at 4 to 1, is $20. The exacta with a combined odds of 24 is $250. The Quinella is $120, and the trifactor is $160. So we're now back to we're now at the last of the 6 games in this program, and this is a pick 9. You've got to get 9 points to win this one, and so Schaefer and Ernesto are the first 2 up. Position 1, Schaefer at 2 to 1 is the favourite, and Ernesto at 3 to 1 is the second favourite. So Schaefer serves with an 8 and it's a good serve. Ernesto does not manage to return it, so Schaefer wins and takes the first point. Position 3 is Nuices at 16 to 1. Schaefer gets an ace, so Nuices doesn't even get to return the ball. Second point for Schaefer, and position 4 comes onto the court. Icarus at 5 to 1. Schaefer with an 8 is a good serve. Icarus 7 gets the return. Schaefer looking to run around and get the ball back, and it does, off the wall, and Icarus cannot make it, and so Schaefer gets a 3rd win in the row, and Icarus goes to the back of the queue. So Lower in position 5 at 10-1 is the next one to face Schaefer. Schaefer with a 6 is a good serve. Lower with the chance to return, and he doesn't make it, doesn't manage to return it. So Schaefer wins again. That's 4 wins in a row. Justice, 6th position at 5-1. 7 is a good serve. Justice is left. Can he get this off the back wall? 4, he can. He returns the ball back, and Justice can make the return. But just as equally, Justice makes that one back, and Schaefer again with another return. Justice with a fantastic return off the back wall, and Schaefer, he's still there. Ball comes back, and Justice returns it again. Schaefer makes a great play to return that one back, and Justice cannot return it. So a 5-point run for Schaefer. And next up, he must be getting tired, but next up is number 7 position, Renault. Renault is 10-1. Schaefer 7 gets a serve. Renault 11 cannot return it. And so 6 in a row. Is he going to go through the card? And the number 8 position, Youssef, is at 16-1. Schaefer with a 10 is a good serve. Youssef gets the return. Schaefer runs around and returns it, and Youssef cannot, and so it's 7-0. This could be a clean sweep. We're now into round 2, and Ernesto is back up. He must win this, or Schaefer wins the game. Schaefer with a 7 is a good serve. Ernesto cannot return it, and so Schaefer gets the win. Schaefer goes through the card on a pick 9 and gets the win. So we're looking at the place position. Nueces against Icarus. 3 against 4. 11 is a bad serve for Nueces, so Icarus stays in. Lower. Icarus 4 is an ace. Lower is out. Justice. Icarus serves. 3. Good serve. Justice looking to return, and he gets the return. Icarus, can he get this back? He can, and it's an excellent one off the back wall, and Justice cannot get the return, so Icarus wins, and he will come up against Renault. Icarus 7, good serve. Renault with a 10, cannot get the return back. Had the chance but didn't make it, so Icarus now will go against Youssef. 7, good serve. Youssef with a 9, cannot return, and so he's out, and so the final one, Icarus against Ernesto. 5, good serve. Ernesto with a 7 gets the return back to Icarus, who manages to get to the ball and return it back to Ernesto. Ernesto, he reaches and makes it, and Icarus cannot get the return, so Ernesto comes through and wins 2nd place. So the place position is number 2, so it's 1 and 2. And we go to the show position. Nueces against Ulloa. Nueces with the serve. 4, good serve. Ulloa 5 does not get the return, so it's out. And Nueces faces Justice. Nueces 8, good serve. Justice, can you get this return? 11, no he can't, and out goes Justice. And in comes Renault, the number 7 position. Nueces 11 is a bad serve, so he's out, and Renault moves over to the serving box and faces Youssef. Renault gets an ace and moves into the final game against Icarus. Renault with a 10 is a good serve. Icarus cannot return it, and Renault gets the show place, so number 7, so your card is 127. So the win for Schaefer at 2-1 gets you $30. Place is $20, show $15. For the place number 2, who is Ernesto, is 3-1, is $25 and $17.50. And your show position number 7, Renault, at 10-1 is $12.50. The exacta is $70, 6-1 combined, $70. The quinella is $60, and the trifactor is $150. So that is the end of the program, the 6-game program. I hope you've enjoyed it, and my thoughts on the game now. It can get quite exciting, or at least I hope you agree with me that it can get quite exciting. There's some good long rallies there. As I said, you know, to get the instructions and 36 players is $6. You know, it's worth $6 to try it. This is the first time I've played it. I've never played it before. I've not had any trial games. I just read the rule book and just went straight for it. And I really enjoyed it. I don't know about you. Another big win for Keith, I think. It's such a simple and easy game to play. And as I say, for $6, you can't go wrong. If you don't like it, what have you lost? You've lost $6. You know, I am considering if I can get enough players that want to like play in a mode where you're I hate to say gambler, but effectively that's what you would be. I would actually set up a program and maybe play like 10 weeks. So every Saturday night I would play a set of 6, and everybody starts off with whatever 500 Jai-Alai tokens rather than talk about dollars and pounds, and you can place your bets on the games. We make it say a minimum bet of 10 tokens, 10 Jai-Alai, not Jai-Alai, even though it's a J, and see who is the best at picking the winners. Maybe that's something, if you're interested in, just leave a comment to say that sounds like a good idea. If you want to see more of this, then just leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I enjoyed playing it. I didn't think I'd get as much enjoyment as I did. So big thumbs up to Keith, and as I say, go and spend your $6 and buy it. If you don't like it, you've lost $6. But I found it quite exciting there. I got a bit carried away once or twice. I also bought the 1960s Scram version for Red, White and Blue Racing, and so I'll be playing some of that, and that looks really interesting because obviously it was in the time when the cars weren't as good and they didn't have all the money, and so there'll be a lot more cars getting put out of the races, and the rules are slightly different. But if I play it, I'm going to get rid of the duels again and use pedal to the metal because I do like that rule. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, Keith, big thumbs up. Gets my recommendation. Go and spend your $6 or your $12 if you want 72 instead of 36 players. And yeah, how difficult can it be to make your own? You're looking at 5 numbers on the card. They're slightly bigger than most of the Play.com cards, which I like. I like them this size, and I printed them on photo paper, which means that they came out an awful lot better than the other things that I've printed. But yeah, there you go. go and keep Keith going and buy this game is my recommendation. And so until next time, have a good evening and good night.